appreciate that. You're faithful, and you do things that we can't imagine or fathom. Lord, I thank you for our student body. I thank you for the new students that are here. I thank you for the students that have been here a while. Lord, I pray that you would continue to grow us into who you want us to be, to work for you. Thank you most of all for your son and what that means to us. Thank you for this time. Lord, just bless it in your name. Amen. Before we get started today, you're right, can we bring that film? We got somebody who spoke the first time. He's not speaking right now, so don't give him a big applause. Just kind of give him a little applause. Justin Hampton, we appreciate him.
Students and young adults next week. To be Thursday night and Friday. How many of you guys have heard of, any of you heard of Red Rocks Worship? Anybody? 3 of us? Okay, don't worry about it. They'll be there. Anybody heard of Mike Todd? Pastor Mike Todd? Before he spit on people? Like, so we're not bringing him, so don't worry about it. We're bringing his executive pastor, Charles Metcalf, and we're excited. But basically, here's the thought. We want to, it's called Bold Conference. We want to create a space where you can, around the state, around the country, we're going to have breakout sessions on social justice, how to lead stuff at your schools, all sorts of things. But really our heart is that the faith that you have, whether it's the faith, whether it's your dreams, whether it's the purpose that God has for you, that you'll live it out in a bold way. And we want to create an environment where you're able to learn, grow, and be activated to make a change in your family, your legacy, and your community. So me and my friend Andrew will be outside. We'll have flyers for it. We'll have information for it. If you can do me a favor real quick, if you can just pull out your phones. Thank you. You're my favorite team. I don't know what sports y'all play with. Men's golf? Oh, sorry. But just, yeah, if you go on Instagram and look up Generation YA, just Generation YA on IG, and all the information for conference will be there, and we'll be posting a discount code on there today.
What he's doing in the valley, if you can attend this thing, man, try and get there. And if cost is a factor, come talk to me. We can work some things out too on that side too. So let me know. We got a quick message from our chancellor.
Hi, OUAZ students. I'm Bill Tsutsui, Ottawa University's president and CEO, and I want to welcome you back to campus for 2022. We are thrilled to have you. Hope you have a wonderful semester. Go Spirit!
Awesome. Turn me down just a little bit. There you go. All right. I thought it would be pretty cool today, 2022, we're just getting started, that kind of thing, to have our first intramural championship right now. Like, let's do it right here, right now. So here's what I need. Everybody knows rock, paper, scissors, right? We're going to do rock, paper, scissors championship. So I need each section to have a competition, and that'll bring down one person. So you're just going to go rock, paper, scissors, go, and whatever you put up. It's single elimination. There's no 2 out of 3. There's no crying. Okay? So stand up, and then once you get eliminated, you sit down. If you're still standing, you got to find somebody else who's standing, and keep going in your section till there's one person. When that one person is here, let no one know. Scissors champion right here. All right, let's go. Stand, everybody, stand up. Let's go. Rock, paper, scissors. Face somebody. And Rob, go ahead. We're not introducing ourselves. Winner, all right. So now you have 5. Say your name real quick. Steven. What's your name?
Cassidy. Callie. Cheyenne. All right. You had the next one, so let's give you a vibe. We'll get these two up, and then we'll get our final 3. Okay? Wait. Before you start, let's do 2 out of 3 right now. I'm sweating a little bit. Let's get to 2 out of 3. Let's do that. Oh, one win. 2 out of 3. 2 out of 3. All right, we're down to the final 3. Come over here this way. We gotta get this. All right, we gotta turn around because we're live streaming today. So say hi to everybody that we're live streaming to. And then here's what we're gonna do. We're going to, somebody's gonna get a vibe. So pick a number between 1 and 5. The number was 4, so you'll get the vibe. We're gonna go 2 out of 3, and then we're gonna try and do our champion right here. All right, face each other. Let's get ready to, let's just play. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. 2 out of 3. Here we go. This is for all the marbles. One win here. Hey, wait. We're gonna redo that one. We're gonna go rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ready? Rock. We got rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Winner. 2 games to 1. Our champion. Cheyenne is our first 2022 intramural champion. Goodbye. Nice job. Woo. T-shirt. Today at lunch, we have a few guests that I've invited from some local churches. So if you're here as a guest, please come up here. They're going to be at lunch with some tables, and I just asked them to say a couple of things right now just to kind of introduce who they are, what their church is about. Come on up, guys. And then who's ever speaking from your group. Okay? So tell us who you are and your church group and just what you have to offer.
Yeah, hey, my name is Alex Bonnet, and I'm the young adults pastor at Radiant Church. We're just right down the street, literally like 3 minutes from here. And I wanted to let you guys know we have services on Sunday at 9 and 10:45 a.m. And then we have a Wednesday night service at 7 p.m. as well. But we have a couple of things that we do specifically for college-aged students. So we have young adults life groups that currently meet on Tuesday nights from 6:30 to 8:30, and then we have our First Friday Young Adult events, which take place the first Friday of every month. And so we've got more information at our booth, our table set up. So I'd love to connect with you guys, meet you guys, and share a little bit more about Radiant Church with you all. Thanks.
Good morning, Ottawa. My favorite golf team. That's what Justin told me. I know. You're not the favorite anymore, Bo. Hey, I'm Pastor Russ Smith. I pastor City Church. We meet right here in this gymnasium every Sunday morning at 10:30, and it's a great time to hang out. Just throw on your sliders, come on over. We got food for you. And then also our young adults meets every Sunday night. We have a Sunday night meeting at our worship pastor's home, and we would love to invite you to that. It's a great place to hang out. So every Sunday morning, 10:30, right here in the gymnasium. Come join us. Love to see you guys.
Hey, good morning. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Hey, I didn't know what I was getting myself into when I greeted this morning, so we had no idea of what we were coming into. But I wanted to just take a minute. My name is Daniel Arianis. I'm actually one of the pastors of the church down the way called Reveal. And I actually wrote out a couple thoughts for you guys this morning. I think anytime we pull up to the table that we should get some kind of nourishment when we come into a place. So I just had a couple thoughts I wanted to share with you guys this morning as I prayed a little bit. But by show of hands this morning, how many of you would agree in this statement? Life is full of storms. Life is full of storms. Storms that are inevitable. It's how we navigate the storms in life and through the choices only that we can make that will dictate the storm, if the storm eventually destroys us, distracts us, or derails us, or if it further develops us. See, the truth of the matter is every single one of us have this in common this morning. No matter where we are, we're either going into a storm, we're smack dab in the middle of a storm, or we're coming out of a storm. This is the process that as we get older that we learn is called life. We are either going into a training session, we're in smack dab in the middle of a training session, or we're coming out of a training session. So what's the difference between destruction and development? Decision. The decision. When life gets tough, as we all can agree and know that it will in the season ahead, what's your default in the storm? What's my default in the storm? Do our decisions create additional storms? Secondary storms that many times are worse than the initial storms that we started in? Are we living the abundant life that Jesus promised, or are we once again, have we lost our way? Once again in a place of hopelessness. What anchors our souls in the storms that are guaranteed to come in the season ahead? What keeps us from losing our way? Hebrews 6:18-9 says this, therefore, we who have fled to him for refuge can have great confidence as we hold to the hope that lies before us. The hope is a strong and trustworthy anchor for our souls. The asylum is what we call our young adult group. Kind of an edgy name. The asylum is a place to develop your anchor. The asylum is a safe place in this crazy life. We believe one of the 4 foundational purposes of the church is to be a hospital, a place where souls that are lost, souls that are sick and tired, have a place to go to. And you have the ability to get the very medicine that you and I need to keep us going. And in a culture where mental health sickness is at an all-time high, our heart is that the asylum would be a place to begin to find mental wholeness. All are welcome, all will be seen, and all will be loved. And the recipe we hold, and this recipe we hold to it is who Jesus is. We started with 19 about a year ago, and a year later we have about 90 of our young adults that come together each and every week. This morning, whether it be any of the other churches here today that will be represented, you have options. And until we have exhausted all options, we're usually just making excuses. I believe with everything within me that the greatest part of our game plan for the semester ahead, for the season ahead, is to find an anchor for your soul in the season to come. So I wanted to just say that we will be out there at the afterwards at the cafeteria. We'd love to come out and answer any of the questions you guys might have. It's an honor to be here, and we hope to talk with you. God bless you guys.
Yeah, so we wanted to give these churches an opportunity to have a table. Please go visit those. Try and get plugged into something like that. If that's who you are or you're seeking something like that, I agree. I think that any additional pieces, especially in the community, that we can use. Spirit Life, we will be having next week. We have Cesar Chavez, who is a representative from the Arizona House of Representatives. He'll be here speaking merited. But we have some great speakers coming up. If you haven't seen this poster, check it out. It's listed on the website too of all the different Spirit Lives that we're going to have. I asked Mike Nesbitt to come up to talk about something real.
Thanks, Alan. Appreciate it. Welcome back. Hope you guys had a good Christmas break and a good holiday season. For some of us within our football and athletic family, on January 7th, we lost a member of our team. Some of you students will remember him. He played for us. He was here a short time. He was only for a year on our campus. Dronell Rhodes, number 82. His nickname on campus was FIFA. On January 7th, he was tragically shot and killed in Tempe. He was a fantastic human being, a fantastic kid. The stuff that he did on the field was a small glimpse of what he was as a human being. We love the kid. We cherish his family, and it was a tragic event. And my heart hurts for him, his family, and all the loved ones of both parties involved. So for today, his funeral will be on Friday afternoon in California, in Hollywood. For any of you guys that know FIFA or his family, across the board as a student body, as a university, reach out to them, give them your well wishes, your hugs, your love, your support. It's a family across the board right now that is hurting, and they need our help and they need our support. So from our football family to theirs that are watching today, and from OUAZ football, we'd like to just send our well wishes and our support to them and our love because they need it. And I do believe in the power of the unity of people and the power of prayer, that we can help, and we can help with not even being in the room with those, just by giving them our comfort and our support. So if we could bow our heads and just have a moment of silence for FIFA and his family and the support of everybody that was involved in that incident. Amen.
Yeah, I love the little memorial that was set up and things like that, and you just don't know how fragile life is, right? You just don't know. Yeah, prayers for his family and everybody involved in that situation, for sure. I don't know how to transition from that, but we're going to try. There is a new Spirit Life policy that I just want to introduce and talk about real quick. I know, I hear your groans already. It's okay. It's okay. Hopefully, we'll be able to kind of, I sent this out in an email the other day. I just want you to, I'm just going to do some highlights because you can read your own email. But the highlights of this is, we understand, we haven't been doing a really great job of tracking this. But we need to do a better job on our side of tracking this. So we're going to do that. We also think that you shouldn't have to be at every Spirit Life. That there are some opportunities for you. There's you can get to 70% of them, which in this semester would mean you can miss 3.9. We'll round it up to 4 so you don't have to be here like 3/4 of the way and then you go leave. Anyway, So you can miss 4. There's no unexcused or excused absences. If you're absent, you're absent. Okay, so it's all built in. It's all built into the system for teams traveling from here and there. If there's a one-off from that, let's have a conversation. Okay, email me, do some things. There is a makeup for one of them, but here's the gist of it. If you miss them all, we might have to have a conversation. Okay, because it's who we are. It's building community. It's what we're trying to do as a university to do some of those things. So we'll email you once you get 2 absences to let you know, hey, we've tracked this. Here's where we are in those situations. And so we're going to try and make sure that this is followed. Here's the good news. If you do attend all 13 Spirit Lives this semester, you will get credit for a PGD workshop, a PGD Wednesday workshop. So you have to take so many workshops for graduation and for first semester. So if you attend all of the 13, you do get credit for that too. Might even be like a drawing too for something at that moment. Maybe I'm not even gonna promise anything. Anyway, 13. I can't do it. 13. I was gonna say Suns tickets, but nobody wants any of those. 13 Spirit Life, if you go to all 13, then you get credit for that. So I just wanted to let you know that policy, let you know that it is 70%, so if there is somebody you really want to see or you don't want to see, you can kind of track that in the thing. There are some ones that are going to be blocked off that we want you at, and one of those is our last ones, our Nowhere Jones, because people donate money to bring in speakers for some of those things, and we really want to have our students in attendance, but I will make sure that we let you know about that and let you know which ones are blocked off. So I appreciate your attention to that, and I'm going to bring the band up real quick, but before I do that, we have some special guests with us. I know they don't like to be recognized, but when you come in and you see the Odell Center, these are the Odells. Will you guys stand up real quick? We appreciate it. They're great. Okay. The band's back, worship back, Noah's back. That's great, right? Abby, and the guys are back. So we're excited for our worship team.
Come on, Des. Can y'all hear me? Oh, I can hear myself. That's good. How are we doing? How we doing? Yep. From the majority of you guys, you know we like to talk. We're a conversational bunch here. How we doing? All right, then. That's what I thought. Awesome. Look, I'm not going to get it wrong. We love our men's volleyball team. It's okay. Shout out to our cheerleaders, too. They're over there cheering. Just very excited to be back. I missed you guys. I spent like a whole month. It was like withdrawals. And I was like, what are we doing? My Wednesdays were very rare. I'm glad to be back. I'm excited to be with you guys. Thanks, pastors and ministry leaders for coming in, pouring into students as well. But I asked God over the long month that we were off. So what does He have for us this semester? And He gave me 3 things. He said He wanted me to remind you of 3 things, and the same 3 things I'm going to say every single Wednesday. 1, that you are known. You are known not just by your peers, by your teachers, by your coaches, but you are known by someone who made you, who knows every little thing about you, even things that other people don't. And I want you to know today that even if you don't feel seen, that you are known. Secondly, that you are loved. You might have grown up in a different sort of situation where you might not have had the same sort of support at home familially, or you may have just had rough circumstances. I know what that's like, but I want you to know today that you are loved. You are loved here at this school. I know these faculty members, they love you, they care about you, they care about your well-being, not just in the classroom, but outside the classroom, coaches as well. And I love you guys. Y'all are my family. Elsa couldn't be here this morning, but she wanted me to tell you that she loves you guys as well. We love you. We're a family here, and I want you to know that you're loved. Lastly, you have a purpose. I know college is a time where we come and it's almost like the pressure, like you got 4 years to figure your life out. I know that's not the truth, but that's how it feels sometimes. I was there once, I want you to know that you might feel like you don't know what you're here for or what you're going to do in life or what your career is going to be, and that's okay. But I want you to know that you were put here for a purpose, that you were put here to do something more than what you think you're doing right now. So that's what I'm going to remind you every week. Every week I'm going to say it. You're known, you're loved, and you have a purpose. So let's stand up. Let's sing some songs. There we are. I hear the groans. Get up, stretch. Get those stretches in. I know y'all can sit for a minute. Y'all should have won rock, paper, scissors. You would have been able to stand up longer. All right. Let's do it, guys. just got married. For those that know, we just got married in November. Yeah, so God bless that. But I'm excited to be with you guys again. I'll be a face for you new guys. I'll be a face that you see pretty regularly on Wednesdays. So thank you for being here. But as we kind of go into this next song, I kind of just wanted to say a few words about it because I feel like it means something for our lives. I've been in ministry for 12 years now, and I've done a lot of studying. I've been kind of deep in my studies a little bit, reading words. I've been picking up my Hebrew again, which I haven't done since college. So for you pastors here, we're going to geek out for like 30 seconds. I've been really studying on the Spirit, where the Spirit is in the Bible. And in the Hebrew, the word Spirit first shows up in the second sentence of the Bible. If anybody knows the Bible, in the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth was void and without form. And the Spirit of God was hovering above the waters. And I kind of wanted to dive into that. So the Hebrew word for that Hebrew word is ruach. Ruach. There's a little phlegm in there because the Hebrew people apparently have congestive issues. But ruach means it's their word for spirit, but it also shows up and it means wind. It means breath. So anytime you see wind or breath in that story in Genesis, when God created the world, that God breathed his ruach into Adam, into man. He breathed life into him, his life-giving force. That's that ruach, that spirit, that life-giving force. But in that same way, we want to give it back to him. Amen? We want to give it back to him. So that's what we're going to do in this song.
You give life, you are love, you bring life.
kind of wanted to bring him up to kind of talk about the vision and where we are as OUAZ. So please give a warm OUAZ welcome to Dr. Tyler.
Well, good morning, soon to be good afternoon, and certainly welcome back, all of you. Welcome back on campus. I'm sure all of our faculty, staff, all of our employees here are delighted to see you back. It's the reason that we work for this institution and the reason most of us are involved in higher education. When Alan asked if I would speak today, I had a whole list of different things that I wanted to talk about, and then he said you have about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. So I'm just going to quickly kind of go. I was originally going to talk a little bit about where we were, where we came from, and where we're going, but I'll just kind of talk about where we're going and what I see as the direction of the institution. Most of you know that the foundation of what we're trying to do here was laid down by our Chancellor, Dr. Kevin Eichner. My job is to continue to fulfill that dream that he saw 7, 8, 9 years ago when he decided to start looking at a campus in Arizona. And lucky for us, we landed this beautiful space here in Surprise, Arizona, even though we looked at 5 other cities in Arizona to place a campus. So before I get into a little bit of that, Carrie did ask me to remind you that about only 400 of you signed up for workshops. Workshops start this afternoon. Those of you who haven't signed up and need to get into a workshop, you can do that. Just attend a workshop. Make sure they grab your attendance at the workshop that you attend. But be sure to go back online and sign up for your workshops this semester. Okay, please. Rules and regulations that have always been in place is if you don't attend workshops, you're not going to graduate from here. We utilize workshops and your participation in them to award you credit for your BCL courses. And depending upon how you came to our institution, you're required to complete 4 or 6 of those courses. And when you get to the end of the road, it comes time to graduate. And unfortunately, we have several students in this category. You can't finish your work. You're not going to graduate. This is a graduation requirement. It is listed in our catalog. So we want to help you ensure that you don't get caught in a rut and get stuck at the end of your time here. So please, please, please sign up for your workshops and complete those workshops. The vision that we had for at that time, just Ottawa University, somewhere up in Arizona, which we now call OUAZ, that vision was that we wanted to build a second residential campus that would be essentially important to the future of the institution for a couple of different reasons. And I would tell you that 2 of those reasons. One is, if you've ever been to our Ottawa, Kansas campus, it is a space-constrained campus and cannot grow much larger than the size that they are right now. So there's not a lot of room for growth there. Second is, we were early in the game in the adult educational market, and we were watching our enrollment start to slide a little bit because all other institutions were getting into the adult market. And so we knew that if we were going to continue to grow into the future, that we needed something else to put our money into. And so it was a residential campus here in Surprise. Why Arizona? We already had campuses in Arizona, but they were all dedicated to adult students. And so we didn't need another adult student campus. We were looking for one that was residential in nature for a variety of different reasons. So that vision was to build this campus and make it what we called then a destination campus. Destination meaning people are going to want to come from all over the country and all over the world to be here on this campus. And what better place than Arizona to select a campus or a destination campus. There are a lot of people who want to be here in Arizona. Some of you are here right now. Kevin Eichner used to say regularly, we have about 150 athletes playing in the KCAC. That's the Kansas Collegiate Athletic Conference. 150 athletes playing in that conference who come from the state of Arizona. And he used to say it exactly this way, and they ain't here for the weather. Right? They're not out there playing for the weather. They're playing because it's an opportunity to play. And that's what we thought we could do here, to be another smaller school that provided an opportunity for students to be student athletes right here in Arizona, so people who are from this area and from California would stay here. So we always wanted it to be a destination campus. On top of that, we wanted it to be a full-service campus. What's a full-service campus? It's a campus that addresses and teaches traditional-age students. That would be you, and most of my remarks today will be geared towards you. But it is also for adult students, for international students, and for organizations. And some of you may or may not have seen it, but we are addressing all of those. In fact, we will be shutting down our Phoenix campus, which is an adult campus. We will be shutting it down for spring 2, and all of those on-ground students will be here on this campus taking their classes at night. Some of those classes will be during the day. We already have a contingent of international students playing athletics with us. We weren't talking about those kinds of international students. We were talking about international students who are actually in the work market, and we have a number of them who are in our EMBA program, our Executive MBA program, pursuing OPT, and they come here once every 8 weeks onto this campus. And there are approximately 350 of them. If you wondered, for those of you who've been around, if you wondered why we shifted our final exam schedule from Wednesday, Thursday, Friday to Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, it's because at the end of every 8 weeks, they come here and they start their classes on Friday, they're here all day Saturday, and they're here 3/4 of the day on Sunday, and then they leave on this campus. So we have international students. We are working with several other countries and a couple of organizations who are helping recruit other international students outside of the MBA program, many of them who will be taking courses online in their countries, although some of them from China want an experience on campus which will elevate them in the status in their country for better jobs and better opportunities. So believe it or not, in that country, if you have an on-ground experience at a United States institution, you are worth more to them and have better opportunities. And so they're looking at that as well. And we will probably bring those students to us during the summers when you're not here, because they'll need residential space as well. So when we talk about a full-service campus, we're talking about that. We had an MBA program with our folks and our friends from the City of Surprise, where 30 people were in a cohort and worked their way towards completion. We have some people who are working for us right now in our admissions department who are working specifically with organizations to try to bring organizations to us where we can customize, mass customization. We can customize programs for them and deliver programs designed specifically for their organization. That's exactly what we did with the MBA program for Surprise. It was geared towards people who worked for cities. It was a really nice program. So those are the kinds of things that we set out to do, and we're doing a pretty nice job of doing that right now. I think these are the things that you would be interested in. When we talk about this campus here on the ground in Surprise, where do we want to be? In 10 years, we think we can be at 3,000 students. That's where we think that we can be. Anybody want to take a shout out of how many students you think we have on campus right now? Good, I heard a 900 right over here. We started this year at 920 students on this campus. Kudos to all. We think that we can grow that. Who do we want to be? We want to be a participatory campus. That means we know when students participate in a particular organization, whether it's your sport, whether it's the theater organization, whether it's esports, whatever organization you participate in, we know there's a better chance that you will be happy and you'll want to stay at the organization and complete your degree. Because ultimately, whether you come here for any of those things or not, I don't care. If you came here because you wanted to play baseball, I don't care, that's awesome. But the bottom line is, you need to graduate with a degree. You're not making the grade in the classroom, you're not going to graduate, and you're not going to play ball. So we'll get you here, and then we'll help you understand that your education is critically important. And to do that in an environment with a Christian institution, to have ceremonies like we have today, is just awesome. So we want to grow to 3,000 students. There are a number of things that we need to do in order to do that. And we see that happening. So first of all, if we grow by 15% every year, and by the way, this year, we grew by 15% from last year, actually 14.8. If we can continue that trend for the next 10 years, we'll be at 3,300 students. Those are lofty goals, I will tell you that. All the enrollment people, Michelle is here, it's like, that's hard. Yes, it is. Those are lofty goals. But this is a place that people want to be. They just have to know we're here. Because right now, we're still not well known, even in Arizona. And those are the things that we have to work on, our marketing. So to have 3,000 students, what do we need? We need more residential halls. We're going to be starting our next residential hall very shortly. I don't know if any of you who are applauding actually lived in the Windmill Inn and Suites, but if you did, I would understand your applauding. Right? We have no desire to be at any hotels. We want you to have a great residential space right here on our campus. So that next residential hall is going to be built in the parking lot that's behind us. So it's kind of in between City Hall's classroom space. Or where you need to build out classes and office space as well. Then we need to build across the street. That's Tierra Buena out front, across the street. Some of you know that there are 20 acres that are designated for us. 20 more acres of dirt right now. Some of you stared at that dirt and decided to come here. Well, there's more dirt, and you should stay here because we're going to build on that dirt as well. Certainly the tennis people, the tennis team, you know the green space right next to the tennis courts that's enclosed within the fence back there. If we get to 1,000 students within the next 3 years, we have the opportunity to take that space as well. So it's great space for some other things that I'd love to do there, but we would need to put a building on that space is the requirement of the city. So we'll have more space here on this side of the street, and then across the street, a lot of space over there. What can we do with that space? Well, we'll need more buildings. We need a track. We need a softball field. We need beach volleyball courts. We need our own baseball field, right? I'd love to build a golf course here, but I'm not sure that we'll get it on this campus right now. Right? And we need another football soccer field right now. So over the next 10 years, we have to start to build these things up. And I would just say this to you. I know part of you feels like we need it tomorrow while I'm here, but things take time, right? We also need to build something for swimming. And the city is talking about extending on what they have right down the road right now. We've been in conversation with them to do that. We need an auditorium or a theater, a larger space than this, so that we can hold these kinds of functions there. And we need a real library on this campus. So those are our needs. There are some other things that we need that aren't physical things like buildings. We need an academic program that is second to none. So our academics are really good, but we need to build one program that is reputable in the nation. That people say, Ottawa University is known for, and then fill in the blanks. I don't know what that program is. Whatever it is, this program, you want a great place to go to, Ottawa University is the place. Because it only takes one academic program to establish a great reputation for an institution across the nation. Okay, so we need to build in that particular area. To do that, we also need to build out our faculty. We have tremendous faculty here, but we don't have enough of them. We need more full-time faculty to do that. And we have to increase our academic offerings. We don't have enough. We don't have what the people on the street are looking for. Programs that people are looking for, we don't have, and so those of you who still want to come here are stepping into an alternate program. So we have to look at what are the offerings that people are after. We have some great ideas about that. And then finally, I would tell you, we have to look carefully at student services and what we're doing there. And I have some awesome ideas, and we've had some great comments about your career planning and placement. How are we going to help you find a job when you're done? And we want to do all of that right here on this campus. Not you go out and find the companies. You go put together your resume and interview with companies off campus if they'll let you in. We want them to come right here to you. Now, to that end, I want you to understand, I know I'm the old guy talking in the room here, it is critically important to you to work internships while you're in school, even if they are unpaid. So we want to build the whole component, the internships and the jobs after, because companies want you to have experience. You graduate from college, you go to an interview and they say, tell me about your experience in the workforce. And when your answer is, I don't have any, you are 5 steps below many other students who are graduating who have that experience. So we want to help you in that area as well. Okay? And then my last comments will be the following. We are getting too expensive. We are getting too expensive. So we are looking heavily right now at our cost structure. One of the things that you can do when you grow in numbers of students And for those of you who are athletes, it is critically important to us to grow the non-athlete population so your teams don't have 800 people who you are competing with for playing time. Okay? So that's where I'm looking forward to going over the next 10 years or so, and I'd love for your help in making us make those steps as quickly as possible. Okay, let me invite up a person you should know. Dr. John Holzhauer is the university's chaplain. He's going to close with us in prayer today. Dr. Holzhauer, if you'd come on over. He works on a lot of Kansas campus, but he is the chaplain for the entire...
I cannot tell you how amazing it is to see you guys as hands and feet of God. It's cool. Greetings from Ottawa. Close in prayer with me, please. God, we are called as part of the Ottawa Spirit. The Ottawa Spirit is old, and it's about witness. The ability to witness and see. The ability to witness and testify. The ability to witness and martyre, the root of the word, to die for just causes with brothers and sisters in Christ and each other. The concept of team, the concept of family, the concept of country, the concept of Christian. Give us strength in dark times. Give us power. And help us with absent friends. Those joined in the Ottawa Spirit died and gone to you. People on our teams that won't be here now. Parents of those people, grandparents of those people. Give us grace then to make a real difference as body parts of you do your work in the name of OU and Arizona and God. We ask this in your name.
Has a lot of stuff to fit in there.